I've got a story for you. All right, yesterday, let's paint a picture. Yesterday, I woke up with a migraine, called out of work, and I just slept and slept. Migraine went away. I still get what I call a migraine hangover, where like you just feel exhausted. Like they just take away all of your energy, and it's just, you just feel like crap, and you just want to eat like shitty fast food and mashed potatoes. At least that's all I want to eat. So I'm home and I'm awake from my migraine. I'm like scrolling on TikTok, and my Airbnb guests who are upstairs message me and hey, the power went out in half the house. And so I'm like, oh shit, okay, I'll be right up. So I check the breaker. I see the breaker popped. I go upstairs first to see like what's plugged in, like what's going on. And I'm like, okay, it's basically just the 2 AC units and like phone chargers. I'm like, okay, not a big deal. So I go back downstairs, switch the breaker, everything turns on, ACs are running cold, everything's fine. The guest messages me again saying, hey, the living room unit is now blowing warm air. So I'm like, okay. So I go back upstairs. None of this has ever happened before. Like, breakers never popped. Living room AC unit has always been cranking cold AC. It's like 15,000 BTUs or 10,000 BTUs or something. I don't know. But it's a lot. So it works really well. So while I was trying to figure that out, Derek shows up. He turned up the thermostat on it all the way up to the highest temperature. And then we waited. So then we checked on the other 2 units. And then when we came back to it, he turned it all the way down, and then it started blowing cold air. So Derek thinks like it coils or whatever, it thinks it's frozen, so it just stops working. I don't know. That was our fix for that. And then we went into the bedrooms, and Derek noticed that one of the plugs was in a different outlet than it's supposed to be. So Derek said that that plug can't be in this outlet, or else it's gonna pop the breaker again. So we did that. He explained everything to the guests, and Derek is just like nicest person, and he's just like, he's really good at explaining things. And so he explained everything to them, and they were just like, oh, okay, yeah. They were like totally fine. And then later on, I would say an hour later, they were like, hey, the living room AC is blowing warm air again. And so I'm like, okay, do you want us to replace it with our AC? We can just swap them out real quick while we try and like troubleshoot it. And they were like, oh no, it's fine. This morning, after they checked out, they messaged me saying like, hey, our stay wasn't as comfortable as we would have liked. And so we were wondering if we could get a refund, like a partial refund. I basically told them like, hey, you know, like we responded quickly to all of your requests. Everything ended up working. You didn't want us to replace the living room unit. And then they were like, well, it really impacted our plans that night. Which, oh my God, I forgot this. I get a message from them at 2 a.m. saying, hey, the lock isn't working. And I was like, did you try the code? And they were like, yeah, the code worked. But they locked the bottom lock, like the door handle lock, which I don't give a key for. So they ended up locking that. So they locked themselves out that way. At 2 a.m. they're messaging me. So I just told them like, the key is here. So they went and got the key and they got in. And then this morning they messaged me all of that saying it really impacted our plans. Can we get a refund? A partial refund. Like, what the fuck? It's 4 grown-ass dudes in a 2-bedroom Airbnb. So that was my night. And then I ate Popeyes with my boyfriend.